The next move I'm going to do is the clean. And the definition of a clean is bringing the kettlebell from the floor to your chest in one clean movement. So you start again with the same foundation setup. You start with the kettlebell back, in line with your heels or behind your heels, whichever is more comfortable. And in this move, the kettlebell is going to stay very close to the body. So instead of with the swing where it was coming out away from us in an arc type movement, the kettlebell is going to actually ride up your body as close as possible. So you want to make sure that you're not swinging it outwards. And you're going to be driving it up onto your chest with the force of your legs. So again, with the glutes, with the hamstrings, with the quads, with the hips. And it's the same hinging to pick it up and to drive it up. So you would be bringing the kettlebell up with one hand. Same thing with the arm, nice and straight. Wrist is locked in position, forearm is nice and tight. And you drive it up using your hips and your legs. And you bring it to this position. And this is called the rack position. Okay, the kettlebell is resting on your forearm and on your bicep, and your arm is actually almost become one with your upper body. Your elbow is nice and tight and close to you, close to your core, and your kettlebell is resting on your arm. So again, to demonstrate it on the other side, you're bringing it up from the floor, close to the body, not arcing it outwards, and ending in this position. And I use my legs to drive it up, not my arms. The thing you don't want to do, which I think I've already said a couple of times, is you definitely don't want to make the kettlebell swing forward. If you do that, you'll come out, the kettlebell will come out, and as you land, it will smack you on the forearm. And that can get pretty uncomfortable. The other thing you don't want to do is you don't want to use your arm to bring it up. You definitely want to use the strength of your legs. And what happens a lot of times if people don't use that hip snap and they don't use the strength of the legs, they end up getting stuck in the middle and then bringing the kettlebell up. So it's one fluid movement, right from the ground to the chest. Once you land, or once you're in your final position, also you want to make sure that your shoulder is pressed down and nice and stable. And this is a great exercise to perform for building strength. So I'll show the kettlebell clean from the side, what it should look like. And once again, starting behind the heels and pulling it up very close to the body using the hips. And this is where it lands. And if you notice, when I land it, I sink it through the shoulder, through the lat, and also through the side so that the elbow is really tight and close to my core. I'm using a 20-pound kettlebell for this exercise. For women beginners, I would definitely suggest probably using maybe a 16-pound, or 8 kilogram or a 16-pound. For men, most men would use a 32-pound to do this exercise. And as far as what type of a program to follow with the clean, I often suggest using ladders with the clean, which means that you start by doing one rep on each side. So you do one on the right, one on the left, and you work your way up as far as you can go. I'd like to tell people to try to get up to at least 5 in the beginning and can often go even further than that.